Are you a single woman over the age of 35, dreaming of love, marriage, and motherhood, but the wait has been longer than you expected? Welcome to the While I Wait podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Steele, and together we'll explore how to embrace this unique chapter of life. We'll transform this season of waiting into a journey of self-discovery, joy, and preparation to help us live fully now while preparing for the love and life we desire. So let's dive in. There's so much to do while we wait. So, question. What advice would you give to single women who feel like they are waiting forever for the right person?
Want to start that?
Keep waiting. It's well worth the wait. Mm-hmm. It'd be better to wait than to make the mistake. Make a mistake is a lifetime mistake. Mm-hmm. I remember that you took my married for 38, 50 years or more. And you don't want to make that decision because you just don't want to wait no longer.
Because I can speak to that. I'm waiting as well. My thing is, I want what they had or even better. You know, looking at some of the decisions I made in the past, if I were to just rush and get with those people, they weren't the right people. Mm-hmm. And it is a lifelong decision, you know, whether you have children with this person or you're marrying into their family, like you want to make sure it's the right person. So I can attest and say, keep waiting because I'm waiting. That's the best option for me at this point, you know, until my husband finds me. That's what I'm going to do.
To the point of keep waiting, I agree. But in the process of waiting, live. You know, it's like, how are you waiting? You're not just, moping around, you know, waiting. You know, you're living. You know, you're not going to say, well, I can't do this because I don't have any. No, just go do. Go do, be. Because all the while you're doing that, you're becoming. So it's still ripening you, preparing you for your mate.
God make preparations for you.
And then, hold on, let me just say this. And in the process of your living, you may find the mate. But if you don't do anything, and I think you should have that expectation. When I leave here, I'm expecting to see my husband or find my husband or him to find me. Mm-hmm. So you carry yourself in a certain manner all the time because that's your expectation. Mm-hmm. So live, see, be, do.
Which is the point of this podcast. That's while I wait.
That's what I'm finna say. God gave you the perfect word. Mm-hmm. While I wait.
Yeah.
Let me build your person while you wait.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be in a rush to find somebody that's wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, most times we go out there and think we got the right one. It'll always be the wrong one because you weren't waiting. Mm-hmm. So,
you got tired of waiting.
You got tired of waiting.
Let me help God.
Let me help God out.
Yeah, God don't need nobody help. That's one thing I found out, that God don't need help. As much as I wanted to get married earlier, it wasn't my time. Your time is your time. And your time is God's time. And so you and God work it out together without the other person. Then when he do build one, he build it just for you. And that's why I always try to tell you that he got one building for you right now. Mm-hmm. But if you don't wait on him, you'll never get him. Mm-hmm. So why go to the promised land the long way instead of the short way? Mm-hmm. Just wait on him. Your time, you know, we always been telling you guys, 1,000 years to you is like one day with God. Mm-hmm. One day with God is like 1,000 years to you.
Right.
And I'm going to cry at your wedding.
Me too. And I'm a shout and dance and party too.
I was waiting too.
How important is it for people to be whole and content as individuals before getting with someone else?
Very important. You need to find yourself first. You know yourself, know what you want, know what you bring to the table. You know, you don't just have a plan. Mm-hmm. Because your mother used to always ask me, what is the plan? And we try to make plans. You know, we don't get them all done, but we try to make some plans. She always asked me, you know, you have every right to ask your husband, where are you taking me for our future? What is the next 5 years going to look like? You have every right to ask each other that.
Mm-hmm.
Where you want to be, and what do you want to look like 5 years from now? Those good questions, because those questions is going to be reality, whether you make them or not.
Do you think then that is that something that, like, if I have a plan, I know what I desire for myself. Is that something that I tell someone, or is that something that, do you think that their life will automatically kind of line up and they're telling me, even not telling me like here's word by word, play by play, but I can see it being revealed like, oh, that's something that I haven't even told you yet that you're doing, that you want to do, that is lining up with what I want. So where do we go, especially in this older age? Like, how do I navigate that? Whether I tell you what I want versus.
I thought you shouldn't tell them, because the surprise is that, hey, you matching up to what I'm looking for. So like she was saying that she saw, I guess you said you seeing in me, I'm matching whatever you're looking for. And because of that is what made it even more powerful, because you ain't had to tell me. It's a good thing you don't have to tell a man or a woman which way you need to go.
Not on the front end.
The front end, yeah. But once you really get real serious and you talking about engagement and all that, yeah, you can share your plan. I don't think you should tell them, because they should meet up to your standards. Remember, I told you set your standards high and let him meet that if he can. If he can't meet it, then hey, he's not the one. God know your plan. Tell God your plan. There's only somebody I think you need to tell. He holds secrets. He holds your secrets of your plan inside of him, where he's going to reveal it back to you. I think that's the ultimate thing to do. Myself, tell God the plan. And let God work your plan. God give you the desire of your heart. He give you some wants, but he give you desires. Yeah. You have anything?
I kind of forgot the question.
My initial question was, how important is it for people to be whole and content with them as individuals before getting with someone else?
Oh yeah, I think they need to be whole and content, because that makes them probably a positive person. I mean, I know we all have our flaws, we have our shortcomings, we have that. But if you are unsteady yourself and don't even know who you are, I don't think you should be trying to connect with anybody, because you got to first know who are you? What do you want?
Right.
What do you enjoy? What do you dislike? But if you don't know that, because you haven't taken time to think about it, like you said, while you're waiting, get to know yourself. What do you like? What do you want? What is your goal? In yourself as well as in someone else, what are you willing to, how are you willing to wait? So I think it's important to be whole and content.
I've said in previous episodes that I'm thankful that while it wasn't my plan or my desire to wait to this age to get married, or obviously later, I'm thankful that my husband will get to meet this version of Courtney. Yeah. This version of Courtney is a lot. I mean, I've always been confident to a degree. I've always been mature for my age to a degree, but there's another extra level of maturity and self-awareness and confidence that I have that I didn't have before. And so to bring another person into that, like, I remember when I got to the point where it was like, take it or leave it. This is me. This is how I am. I'm no longer trying to conform, to fit, to be what everybody else is, because that's not me.
Yeah.
I like who Courtney is. I'm consistently Courtney.
Yeah.
I think people have said, I had people, I work with, say that they would see me in a different light. Like, I'm very professional at work. And I think I was doing like a Cupid shuffle or some kind of dance. And they were like, oh, what would they didn't even know y'all. And they're like, what would your parents say if they saw you dancing like that? I was like, my mama wouldn't be surprised and my daddy would be out here with me. Like, that is not, they know their child. There's nothing new to that. That's just, I'm consistently Courtney. If every group of people I hang with got together, there would still be the same version of Courtney. Some may be more professional than others because I work with them. I don't show everything, but Courtney at the root would still consistently be Courtney. And I think that that's a blessing. And I think that's something you've always said. It's more so when I was younger, was just to know your worth. And so you don't know your worth if you don't know who you are.
Right.
If you don't know your value and what you bring to the table. And so while you've always said set your standards high and know your worth, know your value, know that you're valuable. I think you're valuable. And those talks would get so heated and intense, because then my dad would tear up and his voice would get real low. And then he'd get, I'd kill for you. I'd kill somebody for you. And it'd just be me sweating in the room with my dad with these talks. But I knew he genuinely meant it. I know he still means it, so. And I think the other thing that's important about being whole and content, especially because I'm in it, so I can speak to this specifically, is that we don't have time to figure it out. Like, I don't want to have to get in a relationship and now I got to wait for you to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
You do that on your own time. Like this, you've had obviously 35 plus years to figure that out before I got involved. It's different if we were young, we're teenagers, and the front part of our brain hadn't closed yet, and we're trying to figure things out, and we're doing it together.
That's different.
Now our brains are closed. 10 years plus, we're mature. You are who you are, or hopefully. And if you don't know who you are, then figure that out on yourself, on your own. I don't want to be involved in you figuring out who you are. Growing and learning, yes. Developing, building, yes. But figuring out who you are at the foundation isn't set.
Yeah,
I can't. We should be building when we get together, not setting foundations at this point. So
we saw your maturity. We talked about how much you've grown, and that's what made me proud of you, because we saw where you were and where you are now. What man wouldn't want you? But then it still got to be the right man for me. To say, I'll put you in his hands and say, okay, take my daughter and make her whole. Make her whole. It's going to take a good guy for me to really accept. But although it's not my decision, it's still that I'm looking for the right person too. While you wait, we also waiting to make sure he's the right one. At least to agree to it. So go for it.
Yeah.
What would you tell your younger self if you could go back in time?
I'll let you take this one.
I'm thinking, because I don't know if I would say anything. I might just say to myself, good job. I don't really have any regrets. I don't think I would do anything differently. I don't look back and say, man, I wish I had waited till I was, much mature before I,
I'm not crying.
Got married and had children. I think I've always said I've always paid attention, to my life, and I watch the life of others, and I try to pay attention. And I always say, Lord, I think that's the key thing, inviting the Lord into my life and saying, Lord, just direct me, show me the green line. There's this commercial I'll see on television. I think they're selling insurance, but it's always this green line that you would just follow. And I would just say to the Lord, just show me the green line. And I think that's why I don't have any regrets, because the only time I do regret was when he told me what to do and I didn't do it. That's when I have the regrets. Other than that, I wouldn't do anything differently. So to that, I would say to my younger self, good job. I'm happy with my marriage life. I'm happy with my children. They've matured, developing, growing. I'm seeing them making good decisions. They've never really given me a really hard time, So, good job, Lord.
Well, what would I say to my younger self? I think I'll say you did a good job. You matured better. You matured much better, because, like I said, I had to learn this lady first of all, because she came from one family, I came from another one, and I had to learn to help her around the house. That's one thing I had to mature as realizing that the job at the house ain't just hers, like we talked earlier. The job at the house is ours, because this is a family. We're making this a whole house. Had to learn to accept my children's decisions, because some of the decisions that I thought they made, I didn't like. And I had to accept that, whether I like it or not, it's their decision. And I ain't going to suffer the consequences they would, but I'll be there to help them through the process. My thing is to hold back and let them grow on their own. I think that's my maturity, to learn to wait on them and let them mature on their own without me forcing it.
Yeah, because you train up the child where they should go.
Yeah.
And I think I can say for myself, like, I'm a witness that, we went stray. We come back all around.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a nice way of saying it. What encouragement would you offer someone who feels like it's too late for them to find love?
Never too late.
You know, because we've seen it. I mean, it's never too late to find love. Now, it is difficult, but I think that's when you put it in the hands of the Lord, you know, because it is hard. You're trying to, and things are different now. You know, a lot is going on now. Things have really changed a whole lot. The way we live is totally different. I don't know if that makes it harder or easier. I'm not really sure. I think, but if you have a daily walk with the Lord, you trust Him every day. It's not. I don't trust myself. It's your daily walk with the Lord, and you have to pick it up and believe it, that word every single day.
Yeah.
Even when it looks like nothing is happening. That's that faith. Even when it looks like nothing is happening, it's not going to come, or the wrong thing has occurred. You just have to believe that God is working it out for my good. I just have to believe that. So I would just tell them, just if you are a person of faith, just to believe it. But then the question becomes, well, what if it doesn't? I don't know. I think in any situation, you have to be content in all things. Let the Lord know your desires of your heart, and trust Him. I don't know why this is coming to my thinking, but I'm thinking about who's in the fiery furnace.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego?
Yeah.
A billy goat?
Hebrew boys. They knew.
Corey, that was a billy goat. That was Corey with the billy goat.
They knew the Lord could save them. They knew that either way, the Lord could take care of them. Whether He came, they knew that what they were not going to do. Because when you think about it, we've already talked about if you're run out there and do your own thing, that's not great. You're disappointed, sorry that you did it. But then you can wait and you decide, but you have to believe that the Lord, either way, like I said with the children of Israel, I don't know where I'm going with this, but with those Hebrew boys, they knew either way they were covered, but they knew what they were not going to do. I'm not going to bow, so, and that means you're not losing out on life. It's just like a person saying, well, I'm going to do this when I retire. Well, why are you going to retirement? Do it now. Retirement, you have a different type of strength than retirement. But do it now.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Right. So what if you're going to do? Go and do it.
Live now. That's what I think. That's what I wrote down was living now. That's what the point of, I think at some point I realized like I didn't want to wait. Actually, I was waiting. And I realized everything that I was waiting for was passing me by. I was missing out on so much. While we don't want to think about it, sometimes in the back of your mind, you do think, but what if it doesn't happen? People who wanted to be married and it didn't happen. Two things come to mind. That's why you live now. That's why you go ahead and have no regrets. You're not waiting until ... because you don't know when it's going to come. Exactly. So go ahead and live now. And that way, at least you can say you lived, you've gone and you've seen, you've experienced, you've done. Even if marriage and the family doesn't come for you.
Yeah.
Also, I think one thing that you said to me recently was, we had a whole talk, and then towards the end, you were like, Courtney, I don't think you're waiting on God. I think you're interfering with God. And that has stuck with me ever since you said it. Like, while we may think we're waiting on God, we may not be. In some way or form, we may be interfering. Are we believing? Are we trusting? Or do we have the faith? Are we doing our part? Are we becoming who we need to become? Because at the same time, while we're looking for a husband, the Lord is protecting His son. He wants a wife. He's not going to give him anything. He loves him just as much as He loves us. So while women are oftentimes thinking on the receptive end of this as, this is what I want that I'm supposed to get and I'm supposed to receive, you are also a gift to someone else. Are you a worthy gift to be given?
Exactly.
You have to look at yourself at that perspective. So not only is the living for you to live and have experiences, but it's also so you can be the well-rounded person that a husband would desire. Yeah. Because if you're sitting at home doing nothing, is that what my husband's going to desire? In this age, like he's been doing that probably by himself. You can do that by himself. You don't need somebody else to do that with.
Exactly.
So how do you live? How do you look for? How do you expect? Are two things that I thought about.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add?
I'm trying to remember the question right.
The original question was, what encouragement would you offer someone who feels like it's too late for them to find love?
It's never too late to find love because love does what love is. Love is there. It's always been there since the beginning of time. And what I'll be doing, what I would have been doing if I never would have found her, is keep waiting. Keep waiting. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to rush it because you might rush the wrong way. Now you're taking it back out of God's hand, putting it in your hand. And when you take it out of God's hand, put it in your hand, He lets you have it that way. The children of Israel went through Jordan, and He told them that you could go the short way or the long way. You can wait 30 years or 30 days, 40 years or 40 days. It took some of them 40 years to get there, and then they didn't make it still. So why waste all that time? You know, I look at it, why waste time when you can just be going on with life while you're waiting? And I think your subject is so great. Why are you waiting? When I heard that, I said, I know you're going to be a hit because you learned how to wait. You didn't rush. You're not rushing no more. You're not seeking by just looking around and just dating different people. You decide to wait on it. And I think that's a great subject that you have. And I think a lot of people are going to tune into this because you letting them know it's okay to wait because you're waiting. But while we wait, let's keep busy. Let's keep preparing. Let's keep getting prepared for that great day because that great day going to be great. It's going to be so great. Daddy going to dance. Daddy going to celebrate. And it's going to be so nice. You know, I don't know how much hold myself back. Because we've been waiting for this. You know, we can get a little acting going on here, but yeah, I'm so glad. No, that's the real thing. She do that, but this is what this guy have to look forward to: a fun person, a person got a sense of humor, a person usually don't be down, but she down. You can see the little tear, but then she'll wipe a tear and keep going. And that's what I'm proud of.
So let me ask you this. Singles are always looking to married couples as the prize. The marriage is the prize, your husband is the prize. However, what do you admire about singles, or what part of their lives do you desire? What can't we see because we're in it?
Singles are free to do whatever they want to do, to go wherever they want to go, to venture out. You have traveled all over the place. You did your traveling. If your husband just say want to slow down, you can slow down because you haven't been there. But then if you say you want to go somewhere, you know where to take him because you've seen that too. So it's good that you're all rounded. You're a rounded type person that, you know, when I talk about you, I said she's free. She enjoying herself. She, you know, while she waiting, she's still enjoying. She having fun. And she'll try to take me with her, but I'm waiting on retirement if I can go with her too. If I can hang out there with her, and I hope my wife go with us too. We just have fun while we waiting.
Yeah, there's that freedom that I think singles have. You don't have to consult anybody else when you're trying to make a decision about anything. So the freedom that singles have is really great. I think they should really appreciate that. Now we're at that stage now, but before we weren't, but you can go home and take a nap. You can plan your day. You can just, there's just so much the liberty you have as a single, and then, I hear a lot of people say they don't want to go to a movie by themselves or out to eat by themselves. Why not? I do. I'm married. I do that myself. I will go, and I won't go to a movie because I'll fall asleep. So that's not going to happen. But now I will go to a restaurant and a half. I go to restaurants and eat by myself. You get a little book, or now it's not a book; it's your cell phone. You can read a book while you're eating, and it's just enjoyable. So I think they should embrace it while you're in it. And like my husband said, you have those experiences to kind of share with your mate once you get them. But hey, enjoy and live it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I look at my wife and I, like we say, we are free, and we're not the jealous type. We're not the type that want to just hold her at home. When she go out, I enjoy that she goes out. She meet friends and hang with others because sometimes you need to for her to go out so she can come back home and say, honey, I'm home. But we have this funny thing that we says. And what do we say, honey?
We say, Ricky, I'm home.
Hey, Lucy. And we always say, Lucy. And we say, hey, Ricky. And we do that every time we come home most time when we separate from each other just to let us know that we both in good spirit. And okay. We're in good spirit and we go on with it. And I just think, that the thing of trusting each other, not worrying about what the other than checking on them just to find out, make sure you're okay. And knowing that she coming home every day is a great thing.
But at the same time, you need to leave and separate because I know I need my time by myself. And I don't want to go to a hotel. I don't want to go out all the time. I just want my house by myself, And I know with a single person, it could kind of like you have that all the time, but that's when you have your friends to invite them in. And then when those friends come, you're going to say, I want y'all gone. I want my house by myself, So, and I'm sure he's like that. He wants his house by himself at times. So, it goes both ways.
And I'm not sure.
Okay.
And in this part, you get kind of funny with each other, but we just know that we don't have to worry about what the other one doing, other than having fun. Mm-hmm. She having fun. I always encourage her, go out, go see your sister. You go out to dinner, go see your kids, and just enjoy yourself. And she'll do the same thing to me. And because of that, trust build there. Trust build there. I don't have to worry about it. Sometimes people want to put that in your head. At work, what do you do? They would ask questions. Some people are seeking for guidance and they think you don't know what they're seeking for. Mm-hmm. At work, they'll say things like, what if your wife be out after 12? I said, what if she be out after 12? She did it before. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to it. I trust that she's doing what she's supposed to do. She had a friend that she stayed out, some night that was her sister-in-law. They had a good time together. They sent me home with the kids. Mm-hmm. I had to bring the kids home. And did I worry about that? No, because I know what they were doing. And we always communicate what we're doing or what we're going to do. And that gives even more security that everything's okay.
And then, too, you're not hanging around the wrong type of people who's going to influence you the wrong way. I had another point I was going to say. And the thing, I'm going to say this, that we have agreed that when you don't want me anymore, when there's no love, you've lost love for me and you want to explore and you don't have to cheat, just tell me. When this is over, just say it. That way you are free. You're not like, I got to go cheat around. You don't have to do that. Yeah. Just say, you know what? I want something different. Okay. Right? Did we agree to that?
Yeah, you said you ain't going nowhere.
What did you say?
I ain't got nowhere to go. I blow the house up. Take that or edit that one for you.
Nope. Staying in there. And I wish that was what most people thought. Like, I would rather you tell me, you know what, I'm done. There's not anything here for me. I think that's just the most respect of anybody's time.
Yeah.
Let them know it's going to hurt regardless. It's going to hurt to stay. Mm-hmm. I know. It's going to hurt to stay. It's going to hurt to leave. It's just less time lost if you just go and tell me, this ain't it for me no more. Well, you don't even have to explain for me. You need to explain it. Just let me know so I can gather myself elsewhere and put it together. So I never heard that part, but
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What you sing to me? What's that song? I can't make you love me if you don't.
Yeah, I can make you love me if you don't.
Yeah.
I forgot the other part though.
Mm-hmm. That's the part.
It came off Days Our Lives. Yeah. I did watch that a lot. Nah, Netflix took that away. But
too many names. They don't pay for this.
Yeah, okay.
All these names dropped. They don't pay for this. What's one fun or unexpected thing that has kept your marriage strong for 37 years? Who'd like to answer first?
Husband.
I guess it'd be sense of humor. I always try to bring humor in the house. I always try to bring humor to the house because I like to hear my wife laugh. She has the funniest laugh. Look at me again, honey. See that pretty smile. I love to see that. I love to, that's what keeps me going, that she's smiling and she's not bored with me and she's not out of me. And so sense of humor was something I always wanted to just make my family laugh a lot. I do that to my whole family, and because that's joy. That's joy that make everything better. So I would say sense of humor.
I would agree.
Mhm.
That's the one thing, because it lightens the load with everything. If you can laugh about it, then you can kind of like find a solution to it.
Mhm.
It just takes the edge. I think we've kind of been together long enough to know that, what this too shall pass. It's not that serious, because sometimes we try to make certain situations so serious,
Mhm.
and it's really not that serious. When you're not by yourself, you're not. When I say by ourselves, that means we know the Lord got the relationship, and we know this is God's marriage. Then we don't, we can kind of be a little lighthearted and not stress about things. I won't say it's always been that way, but I think the older we get in our relationship, in our marriage, I can say that's what it is. What it is.
Plus, I get a joy when I hear my kids coming home. I used to always tell them I can't wait for you to go, and I'd be saying push you out the house, but I really didn't mean that. I really just wanted you to grow up fast, grow up the way you should, and go on with your life. But the door is always open to come back home. Every time I see one, they'll smile at me, and I smile at them. We'll hug, and sometimes we almost tear up before we leave each other again. So I think that's the love that we built into this family, that we really care for one another, and that's not just this family; it's outside my brother, my siblings, her siblings. That we always want to have that joy of knowing that we got each other back, and no matter what we go through, even in times of sorrow, we still laugh. We have laughed. We have talked about the jokes of the person that gone. We bring that up in the conversation. We laugh even harder because we knew some things that we went through together. Although one is missing, they never really miss him because we keep them close in our hearts. And we share it with each other, and that will keep our family strong. We keep it going. My mother told me to keep everything going when she left. And she knew that I had the sense of humor to do that. And that's why I do it. I do it because she looked forward to me to make sure everything keep going.
But you don't even try. It just
And for somebody else to say that, I know it might happen, but
I would have to try.
I didn't think I was funny.
But for you, it's just natural.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're literally the life of the party. Like, Reggie ain't gonna be there. Reggie gotta be there. Come on, Reggie. You gonna be there, Reggie. Come on, Reggie. Because you're the one that's gonna make it. It won't even know how. You don't even know how. It just happened. Like, what did you? How you come up with this stuff? Like, what? So, and I think I could say, you all have done a great job as parents.
Oh,
When I think about, I think especially when I saw Bethany and Dan leaving the house, I think we all had a revelation like, what we have is special. Like, we have great parents. We didn't always get along. We didn't always agree. Mm-hmm. And I attest a lot. I think a big part of it was because y'all were our parents growing up. We weren't friends. We were not like how everybody said that's not one of your little friends. I was not Pam's friend. She was. She would say, "I am your mother," and she was my mother, and that's how she raised us. And so then it became, when I got older, like, wait a minute, we're actually, I like her.
Now
like
changed.
She's friends, or we can joke a little bit about these things. We can say a few things now, and so I'm grateful for that, to the point where we do travel together. Like, I enjoy traveling with my parents.
We enjoy traveling with our children.
I mean, it's like we enjoy being together. We're all together at the house. Like, we're like, man, this weekend we were all together except for Bethany. We're like, man, Bethany. But we still enjoy each other's company. So I'm grateful for that. I know people who don't enjoy being with their family. Going to see their family is a pain or it's a drag. And I'm thankful I don't have that experience. So I test that. I thank you all for being that example. And being that example, and letting that be my experience. Awesome. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's a moment? So you talk about laughter all the time. What's a moment that you think of that makes you both laugh to this day, or maybe makes you laugh? A memory that you all have of your marriage that makes you all laugh today.
I'll take this one.
Oh, good.
You may have one too. Well, early in our marriage, I was a stay-at-home mom because I was going to school. I was at home. I don't even think I had you at this point, or if I did, you were a baby. But whatever the case was, my husband was going to work. He had gotten up late, and you said, "Pam, can you iron these pants for me?"
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, I don't know what was wrong with those pants, but I could not get those
There was
seams.
nothing wrong with the pants.
Something wrong with the pants. I could not get the crease together. I couldn't get those this inseams to line up. So anyway, I hard pressed him, and when he put them on, he looked on and he was like, "What is this?" Because the crease was going everywhere.
Going that way.
They were going but they were
flat leg this way. It's supposed to be flat leg this way, but it was this way. And I said, "What is this?
And so
I can't wear this like this."
And he's particular about his clothes. He like to have his creases lined up and all of that. So I laughed. I laughed at it. Now, it wasn't funny to him that day. He was ticked off. He was ticked off that day. And I don't even know if you, Reggie, did you wear the pants?
No, I ain't wear them pants like that. I was gonna wear them pants. I would have been the laughing stock of the class.
So I don't know what happened after that, but it tickled me. And to this day, I laugh because I could see him so clearly looking down at those pants and those creases going everywhere. And he's been so ticked off.
Yeah.
But he's never asked me to iron his pants again.
Never.
Maybe a shirt, but definitely never a pair of pants.
Never a pair of pants.
Do you all have any questions for me? This is the part of the story where we flip the script and I let my interviewees become the interviewer. This is an opportunity I have a hard time just sharing information. And so this is a way for the viewers to learn more about me or my path or my story. And I allow everyone that I interview has a different relationship with me. And so based on your relationship with me, what question would you want me to answer or share publicly?
No, I haven't really been thinking about that, flipping the script. But I do want to participate in that, so I'm going to have to pass it to you. Because I know you've probably been preparing for a flip the script.
Yeah. First, tell us what you're really looking for now after you hadn't heard this and after you've been venturing out. What are you looking for now?
What do I want in a husband? I want a man after God's own heart. I want him to be a follower of the Lord first. Mm-hmm. And then I want him to be able to lead me. I think to me that's something I'm in leadership positions at work, and I'm viewed as someone who wants to be in leadership positions, but that's never been my desire. Mm-hmm. I am a leader, and I can lead, but that's not what I want to do in the home. I want to be the wife. I want to be the helpmate, especially now that I know my role as a wife, or the role of a wife is to be the helpmate. That's not that I can't lead in certain situations, but that's not my role. And I think when you're out of your role and your position, that's when it gets stressful. And so if the man isn't leading and the woman is leading, like you're both out of your role. And so that's when you find stress. So I would like someone that can lead me. I like to have fun. I mean, I've seen it all my life. I've laughed all my life. I want to be able to laugh. I want to be able to be myself. I want to find you attractive. I want to feel good around you. I want my family to love you. I want to love your family. These are things that predominantly I've seen all my life. So I want to continue those things. I want someone who has vision and a plan so that I can step in and be the wife and not trying to, by not having your plan, that's when I feel like that's what naturally, and if I were to pursue someone or be with someone who doesn't have a plan, then I'm going to feel like I'm going to then start leading. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be important for you to have a plan and have your things together and sort it out. So that when I come in, you're not trying to figure it out, because otherwise I'm naturally a helper. I'm naturally a giver. I'm naturally a problem solver. You're going to become a project. And I don't want that in my husband. I want to be able to, especially at this age. Now, had we been younger, there's another level of building and figuring out and supporting. But like now, I skew older when I date. I feel like you need to have some things sorted out, some things figured out. Yeah. And my heart's desire is to be able to step into my role as a wife. Like you've prepared for that. Mm-hmm. I'd laugh at Mom. I saw somewhere on social media that, where I was dating with potential, and I want my man to be potential. No potential. Come rit. That's my desire. Because I mean, that's my heart. At the same time, I know that I tell Mama my stories all the time. I feel like sometimes the Lord just laughs at me because here's what I desire, here's what I'm planning, here's what I'm thinking, and He comes a whole different way. So that's where my struggle comes in. It's like, at what point is it I get what I want and I can just walk into the role of a wife, and how much is it I need to build with this other person to become what we need to be? What if I am the missing piece to Him figuring out what He needs to do? I have a hard time deciphering between the two. So I don't know. I still don't know. When I meet people, is it like, this will take some work? I'm not against work, but is this meant for me to step into and help with this, or how to handle that? So those are the main things. I want a husband, I want children, I want to travel, I want to continue traveling with my children. I have very atypical thoughts about raising children, as far as like public school or private school or school altogether, and how we do those things, because I just think the times are changing, and time is different these days, and so I have different thoughts about that my husband or my potential husband can figure out as we get closer to that stage. But I have business ideas that I need my set place for. I don't think that the Lord puts things in your heart for no reason. And so these are ideas that I feel like I can't do them now. The podcast I can do now because it's mobile, as I'm mobile. But the business ideas that I think of are more stationary. They're more, they have roots. And so, and then ultimately leaving a legacy, being able to continue to be with my family, my friends, and supporting them in different ways, but also leaving a legacy for those behind me. So, I mean, I've had plenty of time to think about this. So
awesome ideas.
I have plenty of thoughts on that end.
Yeah. Well said.
How about the in-laws? Because I always wanted a good in-law. A mother-in-law, father-in-law. I wanted to be able to be a family with them as well, because it's important to have a good mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law. All that plays a part of the family as well. Because if you don't get along with them, then you sometimes have a hard time. But how do you feel about that? Because I think it's important that you get to know your in-laws as well, because you going into their family and they're coming into yours. And everybody needs to come as a team to make all this happen. Although it can happen without them, but you prefer to have it with them. And I always ask you, when you was dating somebody, have you met the mother? Have you met the father? Because you need to know them to see how they accept things, just to know.
I think when we think about getting married, and I've thought about it through different situations that our extended family has been in, it made me realize how much, while me and my husband are getting together, but our families are coming together as well. And so my marriage will impact my parents, and it'll impact his parents. I want us to all be one big happy family. I would love for my parents and his parents to go do things together, because why not? If we go on trips, why don't we all come together? Like, it's not a separation. I see it. I grew up with that. Our families have always been close, through thick and thin. Our immediate family as well as our extended family, like, we've always been close. So I don't know anything other than that. And so that's what I would want to continue. I want his mom, I want to call his mom or mama or something of the nature. And he feel the same. Like, I feel like you have another son, you have third son now, and they have another daughter, or the first daughter, or whatever. So to me, it's important. To me, it's, but I also, in my case, I can put that on my husband. He sets that standard. That's for him to make sure, especially if we talked about it, that's for him to make sure that his mother, his father, his family respects me as his wife. Because I can't make them. If they don't like me, they don't like me. But they have to respect you. You're, as the husband, as the head of the house. That's for you to that's for you to handle. And let your mother know, as the Bible says, the two become one. We're together now. And he has to leave his mother and his father. So that's why it's important for me for that to be a God-fearing man, or being under the lordship of the Lord, or being under the Lord, because everything's going to go back to that. So it's important to me.
So if he's the type that they call him, mama's boy, how would you handle that? Because he said, I'm always be a mama's boy. And nothing gonna change that. She always gonna be first in my life, or I always tend to every need she have. How would you handle that?
There's a difference in respecting and loving your mother. I want him to love and respect his mother. I don't think that should change to a degree. But as far as her coming first, there's a line,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a degree of when it's loving your mother versus her being a part of our marriage, or she comes in between our marriage. That's where the problem comes in. So for me, always take care. Mama's not being thrown away. Mama's not going anywhere. And I hope as she gets to know me, she realizes that, like, my mama and my dad aren't going anywhere. Your mother and dad aren't going anywhere as far as them being a part of your life. They're just not the center of your life. And you're not the center of their life. Like, we have become one and two. We are one. And so, that's it. Like, there's a respect. Mom's not going anywhere. We're not throwing mama away, but she's not the focus. She's at the center. Mm-hmm.
Well said.
Okay. Well,
Well said.
that we don't have to. We can end it there. So I appreciate you all for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your insight. I know that I get to hear this all the time, and so I wanted to make sure that my listeners who are, who need guidance or extra guidance or different perspective, that they can hear from you all. I think y'all are wise. I think y'all have always been wise. The Lord has always led you all, and y'all have never steered me wrong. I can genuinely say that whenever you all have given me advice or you've told me or led me or directed me, it's been truthful. Whether I had to find the 40-year version, where I had to go around the mountain a few times and circle up and down the hill and through the valley of the shadow of death, where evil almost got me. You all have always been there to accept me back. And you've always been there to say, yeah, you learn now. Okay. All right. Come on. Keep going, or accept me back into the fold. So I do genuinely appreciate you for being such great parents.
Thank you. Well, y'all have been great children too. I mean, yeah, I can say that y'all have been great children. I think the Lord just blessed us with good children. It wasn't just us. Perfect. No, we know we're perfect parents, but we were for you all and you all for us. You've all taught us, matured us, developed us, because like I said, we were young parents. And we knew that we either had to do this God's way or it was not going to work out, So we're happy with the results. We're content with that.
In closing, towards me, is that I'm so proud of you. Even with this podcast, I think it's your idea. Someone might have encouraged you, but it was your idea to get it started and have the courage to do it. Because one time we didn't know anything about you for as your talent is concerned until you got on that stage in Tallahassee and danced that time. And the whole family saw you and wondered, it's Courtney? And we were shocked. And we knew we had something special then. And you went on from there being the drum major, and then you went on and started doing other things that you do. You opened up, I think, during that time when we didn't know you had already opened up. You had already started your growth. And to look back at it now and to reminisce about it is so great, and I'm so proud that I held back all my tears.
You did.
I did good.
You did. Well, I appreciate you all once again, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us again. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me on While I Wait. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. You can find While I Wait on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and the iHeart app. Also, connect with us on Facebook and Instagram at While I Wait Podcast. I love to hear your thoughts and topic suggestions, so be sure to leave them in the comments. Thank y'all so much for joining me once again. This is Courtney Steele signing off. And until next time, keep thriving.